Good afternoon on this rainy day. I am going to be doing something different today. This is Soaper Woman from Trace Evidence Soaps, and today I am going to show you a little piping. First we're going to make ice cream soaps. So first I have to make the base and then I'll pipe the top. It's all going to be with the same recipe, pink sugar soap recipe, which oddly enough there's no sugar in. So right now I've got all my ingredients set up and I'm going to be putting the lye in, which is 4.1 ounces of lye. Better put that on 0 before I try that. Into my water. Now this recipe calls for chamomile tea, but I didn't feel like brewing the chamomile. So I'm just going to put some chamomile in the soap, which will be better anyway than just having the infusion. And that way we get all the benefits of the chamomile. It actually holds its fragrance better and be just better all the way around. Now I'm going to mix the lye. Let me get my fan on. And if any of you have watched me make soap before, you know I use the room temp method, so I don't worry about temperatures. Excuse me. Just want to get the lye going here, dissolved enough that I can see the spoon in the water. It'll take just a moment. When that's done, the fumes are no longer a problem. Then I'm going to bring my boils here. I never can figure out how to move the thing properly. So you move it towards it. There we go. I really didn't get any of the fumes up my throat. I don't know why I'm coughing. Okay, now I pour the warm lye. And if you're looking like it was chunks there that went in that were lye, that was actually some solid oils left on my spoon when I stirred the lye. You don't have to worry about the lye not dissolving with this method because you're going to be stirring so much here that every little bit of the lye will get dissolved. Whereas normally you would just dump the water in and it would already be melted. And this way you're doubly assured that the lye is good. It's all good. It's good. Okay. That went very quickly. No problems. Now I'm going to put the liquid oils, and this is a very high rice oil level, which I don't think I've ever made a soap that had so much rice oil in it before. So I'm as curious as you to see how this will turn out. Now I'm going to bring it to a light trace because I have no idea how this is going to work as far as how thick it's going to get. Seems to be tracing pretty quickly. Not like scary quick, but pretty quick. Okay. Now I'm going to put the, excuse me here a minute. Now I'm going to put the fragrance oil, the chamomile, and something else. Oh, the titanium dioxide. This will make the soap go quickly. But I want it to be thick because I'm going to pipe with it. So I'm not totally unhappy about the idea of it getting thick. Ooh, it got real thick. This has vanilla in the scent. So that's going to make it go quickly. I want to put a little gold in here. But again, I'm going to use this for piping, so getting thick is a good thing. I put the gold in there because I wanted it to look like a cone. An ice cream cone. Okay. Now I have my mold ready, and I need to be very quick because this is hardening up fast. Seems like the last few videos I've made, my stuff has gotten thick very quickly. But I'm sort of fond of that, so it's not the end of the world to me. I like a really thick batter. Don't ask me why, I have no idea. I just like the way it looks, the way it feels. And this is getting thick, but it's not really ricing. It's not really getting bad. If your soap does rice, you usually can mix it and get it to stop, briefly anyway. I just realized I did this whole video without gloves. I am really good about gloves. I just took mine off right before the video because I had to get a label off and I couldn't do it with the gloves on. Then I got busy getting ready for this video and I forgot. So, but as you can see, I'm touching the batter and everything, and I am not dying. So, despite everything you've heard about fresh batter, you won't die. You do want to get it off your hands though. Okay, so that is my cone top. Now I'm going to put pink in here. I'm going to have to move this so that you can see what I'm doing here. Now I'm putting pink in, and I'm going to hand stir it, I think. Even if it's kind of swirly, that'll give it a real ice cream look. You know, if it's not blended completely. But it's going to be really good. Believe it or not, it's not even thick enough for the piping at the moment. So I don't have to rush that much. You want it really thick with piping. Here is my piping bag. You want to fold over the top of the piping bag for those of you who never baked before. Otherwise it's quite a mess. And then you spoon in your batter like so. And like I said, this may look like super thick, but actually for piping it may still be a little runny. And I don't care that this isn't mixed up perfect because like I said, it'll give it that swirly look for, yeah, sort of that swirly ice cream look. Set and see how this works. Also, because I have a plain open tip, yeah, I think this is going to be a little runny. Let's see. Yeah, still is a little runny. So we're going to wait a little bit. You can see what I did here, but it's a little blobby yet. So we're going to wait until this gets thicker. I will be back in a little bit for the topping that we're going to put on. Okay, welcome back. Okay, now my frosting is in better shape. And I can show you here. what I'm doing, if my head isn't in the way. I am taking the mixture and putting a high glob in the middle. Then you run around it. Now I'm doing this sideways, so it may not come out as perfect as I would like, but I want you to see what I'm doing. Now this is different than cupcakes. Cupcakes, you kind of go from the middle and you make a really pretty smushy center. This, you want it to pile up and get smaller and smaller as it reaches the top. Now these are smaller ice creams. I think I've told you before I don't like to make real high tops because I can't figure out how people actually use that soap. And maybe they don't. Maybe they just don't ever use it. I don't know. But I like people to use my soaps. So I want to make it usable. That look a little less like a turd. Now, when you have leftover of this stuff, you can just put it on a mat and squish out a bunch of these for future toppings. I often do that. Now you're going to be looking at these trays that I have and saying to yourself that they're hideous and old and ugly looking. But that's because they've been through a lot. Now these I'm going to make some little puff tops. Am I in the picture? No, I'm not. Sorry. There we go. What I do is I go push down, bring it up, push down, bring it up, push down. And I make little puffy tops. Push down, push up. And they get progressively smaller as you go. I never waste any piping because it's such a messy job to do it in the first place. So I don't want to have to do it any more than I have to. I'm currently getting the stuff that's squished out of the cup. Put it in here. And it's a messy job no matter if you're doing baking or if you're doing soaping. Somehow, no matter how hard you try, you can never get the piping tidy. Again, push down, whoops, hopefully not getting any air in there. Push down again, and then push down again. And they make very cute little toppings for soap pies or soap cakes. And you just keep doing that until you're completely out of stuff. You can just make little drops. Doesn't matter what size they are because you're going to have all different kinds of things you might need it for. But anyway, I'll just let those dry like that. And then I won't have to deal with wasting any of my precious soap. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that technique. Now if you want to, you can put sprinkles on top of these. You can, these I want to look like little ice cream, so I don't know how fancy I want the tops to be. I may put a little sugar on top of them. Little white sugar, because these are, after all, pink sugar ice cream. So I might just sprinkle a little sugar here. I got too many hands and not enough room. Get my ice creams back into view. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to sprinkle some white sugar on them. As opposed to cupcakes where you really decorate it a lot. You know, ice cream cones, you don't put a lot of decorations on an ice cream cone. But the sugar kind of gets it across that it's something sweet. I used a pink sugar, or I think I used a vanilla sugar because the pink sugar was just too sweet to me. But I used a vanilla sugar fragrance oil. I couldn't think of the word. And that had vanilla in it, and so vanilla does make it go thicker, but like I said, in this case, with wanting it to be high and puffy, you want it to do that, to get thick. So this is a time to try out a recipe with vanilla in it, because vanilla will make things go trace very fast. But as you can see, they're staying up nicely. They're going to be cute little ice cream cones. They're not really miniature ice cream cones. They're nice hand-size ice cream cones. So until next time, have a good day. Again, this is Soaper Woman from Trace Evidence Soap. And remember, soaping is super fun.